no question, a challenging issue. Go ahead.
Thanks. First, I want to ask about the budget. What's the holdup on releasing it?
We expect it to be soon. It's not the full budget, as you know, but just for clarity purposes, it's a kind of discretionary guidance. But we hope it to be soon. That it will be soon. We expect it to be very soon. I don't have a timeline on that quite yet.
Well, every previous White House has released at least a budget blueprint or an outline, abbreviated budget, by the end of February. So what's the holdup here? Why is the delay now stretching into April?
Well, there's no question, as we talked about during the transition, that we dealt with some impactful intransigence from the outgoing political appointees. We had some cooperation from the career staff, but we didn't have all of the information that we needed. As you all know, we also don't have a budget director. We have not had a budget director confirmed. We have now an acting budget director, which is an important step forward. But again, we expect it to be soon, and as soon as we have a timeline, we will make sure you all know.
I also want to ask you a question about Major League Baseball. The league decided to move its All-Star game out of Atlanta. That's something that the president said he supported before. Does he then agree with their decision to move that game out of Atlanta within the voting law?
Well, I wish I had had this with me on Friday, because I got asked a question, and there's just some help, what I thought would be helpful context, and I know you probably don't have the transcript in front of you. So when the president was asked during an ESPN interview last week, he was asked the question, last week, Major League Baseball Players Association executive director said that he would look forward to discussing moving the All-Star game from Atlanta in the wake of Georgia's governor signing into law a bill passed by the Republican-led state legislature to overhaul how its state elections are run. How do you view this possibility of moving the All-Star game out of Georgia? And he said, quote, "I think today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsible. I would strongly support them doing that." So he was not dictating for what Major League Baseball should do, that they should, dictating they should move the All-Star game. That was their decision. They made that decision, and as he stated earlier, he certainly supports that.
So he does support the decision to move the game then?
Well, he supports them being able to make the decision and respond to what their players' asks are, given many of them are impacted, of course, by these laws.
Okay, and then just one more on vaccines. So there's a report over the weekend that Governor DeSantis in Florida had been dealing with some sort of improper dealings with the supermarket chain Publix as far as distributing the vaccine. So did those reports give the White House any pause in working with Governor DeSantis in the vaccine program?
Well, first let me say that for those who weren't following this in Florida, one of the concerns we've had as we've watched the data is that 17% of Florida's population is African American, but less than 7% of vaccinations have gone to African Americans in the state. That's one of the reasons that we opened 4 FEMA sites in Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, and Orlando. And these sites disproportionately serve communities of color. So we've been closely watching this data and these statistics, as we would in any state across the country, and we took these specific actions for that purpose. We are not going to hurt the people of Florida just because of the steps or actions of leadership, and we will continue to take action